And we began this morning with some overnight news. Albuquerque Fire Department is investigating a house fire that broke out a little after 10 last night. It happened on the 300 block of Atlantic near 4th and Iron. Within minutes of arriving, AFD had that fire completely out. No word if there was anyone inside at the time of the fire, but neighbors tell News 13 that the home is currently vacant. Police have not confirmed that. If it is determined the home was abandoned, this would make it the third vacant home fire this year. We'll continue to stay on top of this story and bring you the latest on air and, of course, online at KRQE.com.
Developing right now, deputies are searching for a woman who's missing for nearly 3 days. She's 24-year-old Brittany Johnson, last seen Saturday near Broadway and Mountain and driving a 2006 red Toyota Corolla with this license plate. Her family tells News 13 she didn't show up for a friend's graduation celebration or Mother's Day events, which isn't like her. They say her phone goes right to voicemail when they try to call her. And no sign of a 6-year-old girl who police have been trying to find for days. They say Ariana Lopez was taken from Our Lady of Fatima Church by her own dad, Abelino Lopez. He does not have custody, but says that he was treated unfairly during custody proceedings. He's refusing to say where he left his daughter. APD has contacted authorities in Roswell and Bakersfield, California, where Lopez does have family, but they don't believe Ariana is in danger. He appeared in court yesterday. Police say anybody hiding that girl faces felony charges. 3 minutes past the hour this morning, it's an indoor playground with a twist. A unique gymnasium for kids is coming to Albuquerque.
Yeah, well, owners promise fun for all kids. We Rock the Spectrum gym can actually help some kids with special needs learn and grow. News 13's Catherine Mazzone sat down with the gym's owner to learn more. Good morning, Catherine.
Good morning, Crystal. Now, the owner told me she thought she had a great idea for a new gym. Well, it turns out someone else already thought of it just a few years earlier. Now, there isn't one in New Mexico, so what makes this unique? Well, the equipment is one thing.
It's essentially playground type equipment. We'll have probably 5 to 10 swings hanging up for kids to play in. The zip line will be going, the trampoline.
Allison Marcel stumbled across the We Rock the Spectrum's franchise while researching her idea. She was looking for a place that could help her son better understand his body. He has autism, and one of its characteristics is being overly sensitive or not sensitive enough to his environment. Marcel says that's where her new gym's equipment comes in. Things like swings, tunnels, and trampolines. They either heighten or decrease those sensitivities.
I'm just excited to get it open because my son has had amazing progress when we've taken him to a place like this that's just therapy.
Now, Marcel says some of the equipment, like a stability ball, helps her son calm down and focus when he's struggling. Back to you, Crystal.
All right, thanks, Catherine. Now, construction has already begun for the gym. It's expected to open next month. We actually spoke with a local expert about why this gym could make a world of difference to families with autism. That's coming up in our next half hour.
An out-of-state company is threatening the name of Hatch Green Chili, and it's forcing the Hatch Green Chili Association to seek certification that their chili is grown in the Hatch Valley. They're awaiting approval from the U.S. Patent and Trademark Association. They want the certification so that consumers will know they're getting Hatch chili. Right now, a Georgia-based company is using the name Hatch Chili Company.
Ooh, that's a no-no. Some high-flying research is happening at New Mexico State. Researchers are using drones above remote areas of New Mexico to study soil erosion. They're taking large landscape photographs to see how much soil has shifted over the years. They then make a series of digital models and send the information to other scientists. Researchers say the process is carefully planned out.
We design the flight path, we design how many photos we need, where the photos will be taken.
So it's all being done at the Jornada Experimental Range that's north of Las Cruces.
5 minutes past the hour, a man hoping to solve a decades-old mystery is looking for a girl who he tried to help out of a rushing arroyo.
Just like to know how she's doing, how her life turned out.
Terry Simmons was just 16 years old when 11-year-old Elizabeth Bullock got swept away in the arroyo at Carlisle and Montgomery. Simmons jumped in, but the force of the water was too much. An off-duty mailman threw him a hose and pulled them both to safety. He says he never saw that girl again.
There's baffles down there that start breaking up the water, and had we made it to those, I believe that we would have both been killed.
Simmons says he would really love a reunion or just to know how her life turned out.
That would be a great story.
It's such a nick of time rescue there. Developing now, the man acquitted in the killing of Trayvon Martin is back in the spotlight.
That's right. George Zimmerman reportedly involved in another shooting. Zimmerman told police someone shot at his car Monday afternoon in Lake Mary, Florida. Zimmerman was not hit, but was slightly injured by the glass from his broken car window. Police say the driver, the other man involved, Matthew Apperson, had reported last fall that Zimmerman threatened him. So far, no charges have been filed. Deflategate controversy continues. Now New England Patriots quarterback Tom Brady says he plans to appeal a suspension from the NFL. Brady was suspended for 4 games and his team fined $1 million as the NFL handed down its punishment for the so-called Deflategate. The team must also forfeit 2 draft picks. An independent report last week found Brady likely knew about a plan to use deflated footballs during the AFC Championship game.
A pit maneuver caught on camera, and California police say an erratic driver led them on a high-speed chase. But they were able to use classic police tactics to stop him in his tracks. You can see them using a spike strip, immediately flattening 2 of those tires. But the suspect continues driving off. Eventually, as the car limps along, police are able to use the pit maneuver to completely stop him. He surrendered and was dragged out of the car. He's now facing a string of felony charges, including evading arrest.
New details this morning. We've now learned the man arrested for trashing downtown in a bizarre act of vandalism is the same one accused just last month of starting a fire above a downtown diner.
Police arrested 47-year-old Raymond Shorb, accusing him of causing damage in a downtown alley near 4th and Gould yesterday. He is the same man who was accused last month of breaking into the old hotel above Lindy's Diner, burning the head of a Santa statue in the building, and stealing film equipment. The case was dismissed in court before he was arrested again, this time for going to the bathroom in public. He'd hardly been out for more than a week before yesterday's downtown destruction.
The individual does suffer from mental health issues, but his history shows that he goes in front of a judge and his charges get dismissed because he's incompetent to stand trial.
Police say that they're concerned Shorb will not face consequences this time either or get help.
And this comes as more vandalism downtown overnight sparked. Police say someone tipped over a weekly alibi newspaper stand and set 100 papers on fire. The paper says they don't know why anyone would want to do this.
I don't think anybody's mad about anything that we've written lately. We have written stuff that have made people that mad before. I just don't think we have lately.
So police aren't sure if it is connected to any other downtown vandalism cases.
News 13 has learned that the man accused of dumping a victim's body in a dirt lot, an overdosed victim, is behind a recent SWAT call. Police say Eugene Crane caused a 15-hour SWAT standoff Sunday near Juan Tabo, an Indian school. Crane's girlfriend says he beat her up and choked her until she was unconscious on Saturday at an Albuquerque hotel. Police eventually tracked Crane to a house on Hiawatha Street where he surrendered. Crane was already facing charges for dumping a woman's body near a roller skating rink in Albuquerque. A chase spanning 2 states from Colorado to New Mexico may have ended with the suspect killing themselves. Investigators say a man in his late 20s and a teenage girl stole gas in Cortez and then took off shooting at officers. The bullets hit 2 police vehicles and the car of a couple on vacation. The suspects did eventually crash into a dead-end road in Shiprock. They were found shot to death inside the car. Deputies say they never fired back.
So we are weeks away from kids starting summer break. That means parks will soon be packed. Now we're learning more about the city's push to make some of Albuquerque's oldest parks new again this summer. 4 old parks are getting new play structures, benches, shade structures, and irrigation systems this summer. Some of the biggest work will happen in the South Broadway neighborhood near the rail yards. Guadalupe Park will get a new play structure after neighbors there stepped forward, saying the current one is driving people away from using that park.
The neighbors went out and they complained and said, you know, why can't we be like every other neighborhood? Why can't our kids have something?
We do have old parks that need attention.
So Forest Park near 16th and Central and Coronado Park near I-40 and 4th Street are also getting revamps this summer.
5:34 and happening today, the Taos Town Council is talking about the future of its farmers market. The council already voted in January to keep the market on the plaza, but shop owners say it kills their business. The renewed debate over the new location or the location comes just days before the market is set to begin. The council will address that issue again during a meeting scheduled for today.
We're learning more about the virus that killed Daisy, the Rio Grande Zoo's 5-year-old elephant. The city says the zoo is in mourning right now. Daisy died from what's known as the elephant herpes virus, or EEHV. It's a naturally occurring virus that most of the time does lead to death. Daisy was given round-the-clock care but died 3 days after getting sick. The rest of the herd is not in any danger, but zookeepers are keeping a close eye on them. The Biopark Society posted this on its Facebook page. Daisy's in the shape of a heart, saying, quote, "She will always be with us." Time now is 5:35. It's a specific type of indoor playground. It's coming right to Albuquerque.
And while it's meant to be a place for all children, We Rock the Spectrum Gym can be especially helpful for kids with special needs. News 13's Catherine Mazzone learned more about it. Catherine?
Good morning, Adam. Now, while many kids with autism have sensory processing problems, this gym is designed to help. For example, when a child with autism walks into a loud room, you may see him cover his ears. Now, this new gym has equipment.
This is a huge deal for children affected by autism because there's not a lot of opportunities for families to take them into public and let them be themselves. You know, oftentimes you have so much pressure for your child to behave, you know, like other children their age.
Sarah Baca is the executive director of the New Mexico Autism Society and the mother of an autistic child, Preston. She says when there's too much going on around them, what these kids really need is a sense of calm. We Rock the Spectrum can offer the tools to help. Baca says the gym also allows kids with autism to interact with other children in a comfortable setting. There are already places here that offer therapy with this sort of equipment, but it can be pricey and insurance doesn't always cover it. Baca says this gym is exactly what New Mexico needs.
You know, you can go in at any time and just, if your child's having a rough day, you can let them go and be themselves. And you don't have to worry about waiting for a wait list. You don't have to worry about, you know, is my insurance going to cover this? Is it not?
The gym will also offer arts and crafts and a summer camp. There will be staff members around for safety, but this is really a place for you to enjoy with your children. Back to you.
Okay, Catherine, thank you. Construction, by the way, has already begun on the gym. It's expected to open next month. The owner says they'll partner with UNM's occupational therapy graduate program, and eventually, she says they hope to get physical therapy and speech on board too.
We turn now to breaking overnight news. Another major earthquake hits Nepal. This is the second big quake to hit the small Asian country in less than a month there. Just into our newsroom, CNN is now reporting at least 29 people are dead in Nepal from this recent quake. The U.S. Geological Survey says this latest quake had a 7.4 magnitude. The epicenter of the quake hit near the Chinese border in a remote area. Again, 29 people reported dead at this time just in Nepal, 3 from India. Last month, the country was hit by another massive quake, killing more than 8,000 people, injuring tens of thousands. Hundreds are still considered missing this morning. That 7.8 quake flattened entire mountain villages and destroyed thousands of buildings there.
Developing now, emergency crews are using cadaver dogs to search for anybody who might be missing after Sunday's powerful tornado. Yesterday, officials in the small town of Vandal, Texas, says everybody had been accounted for, but they're still checking the rubble to be safe here. At least 5 people in Texas and Arkansas were killed in the violent weather. People in the area are still picking up the pieces before the threat of another round of severe weather moves in this coming weekend. A Savannah police officer is back at work after an incident nearly cost him his life. You can watch here as the officer gets dragged across the parking lot at least a few feet before he could free himself. Right now, police are still looking for the man who they think was behind the wheel. They say he is suspected of cashing a fake check at that store.